Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough review of OreShura Episode 4. Now, if you remember from last episode, we find out Shai was making a fool out of herself in class. Now, all of her classmates think she's actually doing a skit, and they actually like it. But I just don't understand. I see it's funny, but it's actually supposed to be a serious skit, not a dramatic effects type of a skit. Just putting that out there. Now, we are taking to a different scene with Shaiwa, and she finally has had it. She writes a love letter, and she leaves it in Sakagami's locker. And at the end of the day, Sakagami asks her out on a date to the movies. It was that easy? Really? I don't believe it. She had 2 failed attempts and a love letter works? Something's just not up. The most popular kid in school says yes based off of a love letter? Yeah, something's up. I don't buy it. Plain and simple. So we are taking to a different scene toward the end of the episode with Ayada. Now apparently he wants to celebrate Shaiwa's, her success with, a little party just between friends, Ayada and Shaiwa. However, Shaiwa starts crying and she's like, "You idiot." Kind of like, "I liked you, not Sakagami." Like, how could you give me a pat on the back because of this? Aren't you jealous? That kind of stuff. Ayada, you're that dense on love. And again, that's where the episode ends. And I'll hold my final thoughts and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Shaiwa, and she's running out of Ayada's party, because it's just, Ayada and Shaiwa's running out, she's crying, and all I can say is, dude, Ayada, are you that dense? I mean, she's in love with you, not Sakagami. How could you miss that? I know it's a common thing that guys miss that, but it was right in your face. It was like, any closer and he'd be biting your nose off. Just putting that out there. And again, that's where we open up with. Moving on past that, we are taking to a different scene with Ayada, and he's feeling a little uncomfortable with what he did, and he wants to see, Shaiwa out on the date to see how things are. So he actually leaves to go check out, Shaiwa in general, and he runs into Natsugawa. So both Ayada and Natsugawa are trying to check out Shaiwa and the date, how it's going. However, Ayada does point out, after this little spying thing's over with, he's going to the library. Yeah, I call BS. You're just there to check out Shaiwa to make sure she's okay and everything goes okay in general. And I think that's a little hint of jealousy I saw. Just a little bit. A little bit. So we are taking to a different scene with Shaiwa, and apparently all I can say with Shaiwa right now is she's waiting around and she looks adorable. I love her outfit. However, Shaiwa did not pick out this outfit by herself. Apparently it's Natsugawa's outfit that was like from the back in the day, so it's a hand-me-down. So Natsugawa dressed Shaiwa to look that cute. Well, she's got great taste, but really? I think the girl has all the help she needs. Lay off. So we're taken to a different scene. Now apparently, I have to point this out, Sakagami is an hour late. An hour late. Something just, I don't know, this isn't right. So apparently we see Sakagami with a few of his friends kind of off in the distance, and it looks like they had a bet going on, and from there we can say, or should I say from there we can see, it's a prank. And I was very disgusted because we overhear one of them say she's a shrimp. They're talking about Shaiwa saying she's a shrimp, and they're making bets that she was actually going to show up. So he wasn't even really going to go out on a date with her. They were just pranking her. That's a horrible prank. Are you kidding me? If you were an adult and someone did that, if that was my sister, I'd kick your freaking butt. If that was a close friend, I'd kick your freaking butt. That's just, oh. So we're taking to a different scene with Natsugawa, kind of a WTF moment. Apparently, Natsugawa actually knew all about Sakagami. She knew he was that shallow of a guy. I was like, really? And yet you let Shaiwa go out on this date? Wow. You've gone an all-time new low. What the hell? Apparently, Natsugawa was hoping that Shaiwa would become an anti-lover like her and Ayada after, getting hurt like this. And that's even more shallower. I was like, there is no end to your tyranny, woman. Literally. I was disgusted. But sorry, I digress. Moving on. Now, of course, we are taken to a different scene with Ayada, and he's trying to knock some sense into Natsugawa, saying this isn't alright, she's my friend, and so on and so forth. And it's weird because Natsugawa is falling in love with Ayada, even though they're fake boyfriend and girlfriend. She's really falling for him. I was like, are you serious? I don't get this woman. I really don't. We were taken to a different scene, of course, with Ayada, and he snapped out of, you know what? I'm going to jump down there. I'm going to save, Shaiwa. And that's what he does. Except he does it in the most embarrassing way. I mean, he was just embarrassing himself. He starts talking about his past life memories and whatnot, and then he starts talking about being the burning, fighting fighter. And again, he's making one hell of a scene at the station, and I was like, wow. And then Ayada out of nowhere attacks Sakagami, and it was amazing. Don't get me wrong, I like seeing that. But you know, Sakagami has his friend with him, and it's not fair, and they start beating the crap out of Ayada out of nowhere, and then Ayada starts bleeding. I mean, he tries fighting back, but I mean, it's Ayada. He doesn't have any backup, and he's a weak little kid, literally. What can he do? And then out of nowhere, he says, "This is for her." That's what he says. This is for her, you know. And out of nowhere in the background, we see 3 different girls. We see Natsukawa, we see Shaiwa, and some random girl overhear him with this conversation, and they think it's about them. Each one of them thinks it's about them, and they're blushing. It's like, he cares about me, about me, about me. I'm like, dude, now you're creating one fucking love triangle with at least 2 girls you know of and 1 girl you don't know of, and it was directed at Shaiwa, not Natsukawa, not this other girl. So, dude, you're just falling even more into chaos. You opened your mouth. Shut it. Literally, man. That's all I gotta say about that. And again, Ayada is still being bullied around. He's getting his ass handed to him on a silver platter. Now, we are taken to a different scene with Shaiwa, and I don't know who gave her a weapon, but there's a weapon right in front of Shaiwa, and she uses it as a kendo stick. Now, she says something to Sakagami, saying knock it off per se, and Sakagami approaches her, and a weapon appears out of nowhere. She picks it up, and she actually hits Sakagami with it. Remember, Shaiwa is a kendo master. She may have gone through a little accident, but she's a kendo master. And all I can say is, they had it coming. Need I say more? She kicks Sakagami's ass. She kicks her Sakagami's best friend's ass, and I love it. Every single moment of it. And then afterwards, she's done mopping the floor with these guys. She says, "I'm sorry." I'm like, why are you apologizing? They stood you up. What the hell's going on? After she says she's sorry, she basically says, "I never really meant to go out on a date with you. This was all a setup, you know. I don't really find you attractive," and so on and so forth. I'm like, what? This is coming from Shaiwa, the one that was stood up as a prank, and this is coming out of her mouth? Oh, this just got better. If this was a soap opera, I'd be sitting down there eating popcorn and laughing my ass off. Now, we are taken to a different scene, of course. Now, this is the next day, and it's in class. Now, apparently, the word spread around of what Ayada did at the station, and he's getting like a pat on the back, literally a pat on the back from people. And I'm like, you got your ass kicked. How the hell are people giving you a pat on the back? I mean, literally. What? So, I should also point out, at this point in time, everyone knows Sakagami's really an asshole, so he has a bad rep now. So, yeah, his reputation's ruined. But again, Ayada, you did nothing, and these people are patting you on the back for doing nothing. What, you got a black eye and got a patch on your face, and you had a woman take care of business for you? I mean, it's a good friend to have, but a woman? I wouldn't be patting you on the back, not even if my life depended on it. Now, we are taken to a different scene, of course. Now, all I can say is Ayada and Natsukawa, they're heading home, and apparently, I guess Natsukawa surprises him. I'm like, okay. And then Natsukawa points out to Ayada, she was the one that gave Shaiwa a weapon, just threw it out there. I'm like, so she was taking some responsibility, I guess, but that's still, you know. Then she also, out of nowhere, kisses Ayada and says, you know what? I want to be your first kiss. So she kisses him, and it's all romantic, and she says some random line, and then it's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure scene, and she points it out, this is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure parody right here. I'm like, bam! Just hit you in the face. I'm like, oh, I love this girl. She's an anime fanatic, or a manga fanatic, and I love it. And, you know, Ayada doesn't know really what to make of it, but he goes home. Now, eventually, throughout the day, he supposedly got 2 separate emails from both Natsukawa and Shaiwa, but he didn't read them. I'm like, dude, you gotta read your emails. Seriously. But anyway, Ayada's at his house, and he runs into Shaiwa in the bathroom. Apparently, Shaiwa basically sent, you know, Ayada an email saying, you know, her bathroom, well, her bathroom's no longer in service, you know, per se, you know, her bathroom's not in service, so I was gonna come over and use your bathroom in general, you know, your hot, you know, your shower and whatnot. So she's half naked, and you see Ayada, he bursts right in, and he sees her half naked, he freaks out, but she was blushing, she's like, I can't believe he saw me. He's like, she's all happy, and then, you know, you see Ayada, he's all happy as well, he's like trying to help her out on a friendly level, but, you know, it's not what it is. Shaiwa definitely loves him a lot, and she loves where she's at, so she's using this as an opportunity to hit on him, per se. And at the same time, guess what? Natsukawa, she also sent, you know, Ayada an email saying she'd be over as well, and she's cooking him breakfast with an apron on. And then she turns around and takes her skirt off, and it's like, so you want to see me without my skirt? I'm like, this just got even better. You got two women, both practically half naked in the house, and he's going back and forth, left and right, trying to make sure neither one of them knows each one of them's in the house. And eventually, at the end of the episode, you're face to face with both girls, left and right, and the battlefield begins. And that's where the episode ends. Now, as for final thoughts, Ayada, you've dug yourself a grave, my friend. You've either got to pick one of them, or tell the truth, or I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to pull something out of your ass, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it, because it's going to explode in your face. Come on. Natsukawa is beautiful. I would have sided with her in a second, but Shiwa is your childhood friend. She knows every single thing about you, and she's pretty damn strong, and she's cute. Got that little sister complex going on, so I don't know who to side with. I would have sided with Natsukawa. Now moving on past that, as for Sakagami, he's out of the picture, he's done with, we're not even talking about him. But who is this third girl we saw during the fight? We don't know, yet somehow she overheard Ayada talk and say it was because of her, so-and-so, like in his little conversation with Sakagami. So I can't wait to see who that girl is. But again, that ends it for my final thoughts. As per my rating, 4 out of 5. I mean, I want to give this a 3.5 out of 5 because, But you know what? The drama, the romance, the build-up, oh, it was definitely there, and I loved it. Fight scenes, okay, you see Shiwa kick a little butt, but it wasn't a fight. She won. It was regardless. I mean, they really weren't fighting her. First of all, she's a girl. They're not going to really put their hands on you. Second of all, you're a kendo master. You're recovering from an accident, of course, but you're still a kendo master, so Shiwa for the win. But again, Natsukawa with this little romance interest, I can't wait to see where that's going to go. But again, that ends it for my final rating, 4 out of 5. And again, that ends it for my walkthrough review of OreShura episode 4. But definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. But again, that ends it for now, but let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, that ends it for now, and I gotta go. I got a lot to do, a lot to take care of, and before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.